Hi, welcome to day 10 of your 21-day yoga challenge with Living Your Yoga. Let's begin. Just start in a seated position that's comfortable for you, or if you haven't got one handy, go and get yourself either a yoga strap or maybe even use the belt on a dressing gown, some kind of strap that's sort of you can get nice and taut and stiff, nothing stretchy. And I'm just going to pop it to the side for a moment if you're running off to get that now. Okay, so for those of you that have something handy, just let the spine feel long from the tail to the crown of the head. Invite the shoulders to soften and allow the gaze to drop towards the ground or close the eyes. And bring your awareness to the tip of your nose or to your body or to the texture of your breath. So sometimes it's quite helpful to place your hands on your body to feel the movement of the breath. So if you're someone that kind of watching the breath makes you feel quite anxious or it's uncomfortable, or if it's just for some people it feels irritating, bringing the hands onto the body and just feeling that physical connection of the expansion and contraction can sometimes help with that connection with a little bit more ease. So just come to observe your natural rhythm this morning. And if you've been doing this regularly with me, you'll notice the little nuances and changes from each day of your rhythm. And that will depend on your energy. It will depend on how busy you've been. And it can also depend on your mood. So just notice where your breath's at. And as you do this, just notice how the physical body's feeling today. Notice how you perceive your energy. And any thoughts, feelings, or even ideas that have come to the surface this morning. Notice the shoulders are able to soften and the tongue rests in stillness inside the mouth. And then when you're ready, just release the arms. So if you have a strap, that would be great, or like I said, a dressing gown belt. Let's come up to standing first of all. So we're going to do a little bit of work on our shoulders to begin with. So if you've got a strap, take the buckle in your hand, just saves hitting ourselves, which I've had experience in before. And you just wrap the belt around your hand. I'm just going to move the camera slightly so we can get a bit of a higher shot. So, and you just take the strap so it's nice and taut, arms are wide and arms are straight. Take your stance so that the toes are pointing forward, feet are parallel. They can go a little bit wider than hip width apart. I find that's a little bit more grounding. And then you're just going to simply bring the arms back and forth. Now, if when you're doing this, you're kind of struggling to pull the hand behind, it just means you need to bring a bit more slack into your strap so that you can move with a little bit more ease and find that sweet spot. We're working with shoulder mobility, so we're not trying to challenge our shoulders. We're trying to find a little bit more ease. Sorry, I just got a bit distracted by a really loud crow from outside. You might have heard it. So you're still breathing freely, just moving the arms back and forth. Notice how this feels for the shoulders. If you have any shoulder injury or shoulder issues and the arms sort of go so far back, then that's how far you go back. You don't have to force it any further. The more regularly you do this, the more you might notice that the mobility just becomes a little bit easier. And maybe the arms do go a bit further, or maybe they don't. You just to work to where you're comfortable. And if you're happy with this movement, you think, okay, I've done enough of that now, then we're just going to bring our arms all the way around. So you take your right hand over to the left side, the right arm comes back, left hand to right, and left arm comes in front. Bit of coordination for the morning. Right arm behind, left hand to the side, left hand in front. Right to back, left to side, left in front, right to left side. And we just carry on moving. And you can do this as slow or as fast as you like. I tend not to do it too fast. We can get a little bit playful. But the idea is you're just, like I said, bringing mobility into that shoulder joint. Imagine, if you will, that you're sort of oiling them. So hopefully they feel a little bit softer. And keep the feet nice and grounded, nice and rooted. Keep the length through the spine. And keep the head upright as well, so you don't have to accommodate by moving the head in different directions. Just keep the neck nice and long. And now we've established going one way, we're going to go the opposite way. So the left will come to the right, left comes behind, right goes to the left side, right comes in front. Left to right, left behind, right to left, right in front, and so on. And breathe freely. And this is a really nice one that you can just do every day, especially if you're someone that has to sit at a desk, or even actually if you're sort of out pushing a pushchair and you're feeding a baby, you can get really sore upper back and shoulders. So this can release a lot of that stiffness. Let's just do one more full round here. And then come back. Super. We're going to keep hold of the strap and just wrap the strap in so that the hands come about shoulder width apart now. And then you can keep the feet the same sort of distance, but just reach the arms up to the sky. So push the feet firmly down, lengthen the arms up, draw the ribs in slightly, take a breath in. And as you exhale, just gently reach over to your right side. And then inhale to come back to the center and exhale to left. Inhale to center, exhale to right. Inhale to center and exhale to left. And as always, move to the rhythm of your breath. Let my guidance be a framework so that you're not having to restrict your breath in any way and you're moving freely. And you'll just want to try and keep the arms to the outside of the ears. So we're not collapsing forward with this. We're staying nice and open side to side. And we're just going to do one more over to the left. And the next time you come to the center, as we go to the right, we're going to bend the knees slightly, circle down, release the head and the neck, and inhale to come all the way up to the other side. And you keep the strap nice and taut. Inhaling as you come up and exhaling as you come down. So it's a little bit of a variation on the sunrise stretch that we've done before with fingers interlaced. And we'll just do one more. Come back up to the center, and then we'll go the opposite way. Exhaling, circle down to the left, and inhaling up the right side. And see if you can release the head and the neck. So you find a little bit of length in the neck as you do this. And again, you do this to a speed that suits you. I find if I go too fast, I get too dizzy. And I just take my time. When you come back up to the center, gently release the arms. Keep hold of your strap for a moment. Just notice how the shoulders feel. And you can either do the next exercise standing or sitting. I'm going to come down onto my knees. So hopefully you've just got a nice variation of choice for this posture. So we're going to do quite a well-known upper body arm action. And I'm just going to demonstrate first. So if you take your strap in your right arm, in your right hand, reach the right arm up, bend at the elbow, bring the left hand onto the elbow. So you're sort of bringing that elbow to the center. Swim the left arm round behind you and hold on to your strap. If you've got quite long arms like I have, you might be able to, just move my hair out the way, you might be able to bring the hands together and have a clasp. Now, whether you're sitting or standing, just go for the long spine as always. And often people find their head juts forward. So what I'd like you to do is press the head back against the arm and just kind of gaze in the direction as I've given before, down the tip of the nose. And that will help find a really comfortable position for your neck. And you'll notice as you breathe in and breathe out here, you'll probably feel a little bit more expansion around the ribs and the chest, especially if you do a gentle toning of the lower abdominal area. And then again, this idea of bringing a little bit more breath into the ribs and the chest is just to invite that little bit more stimulation of the inhalation. So it's a little bit more awakening. And if you're doing this with me on a Wednesday morning, it's often a bit of a slump day, a bit of a sleepy day for me. So it's just inviting that little bit more energy. And then we'll gently release the arms. Notice how that feels. We'll do the same on the other side. So you'll reach if you've got your strap, and notice one side will be different to the other. Reach the left arm up, bend at the elbow, bring the hand onto the elbow. You might get a nice little stretch down the side of the arm as you do so. Nothing's with any force, it's just nice, gentle guidance. And then hold on to your strap. Or as before, if your hands hold reach, you can bring the palms together, hands together, take a little clasp. And again, let's bring our attention to our back, lengthen through the spine, looking down the tip of the nose. Press the skull against the arm. Gently tone the lower abdominal area. So if you're on your knees like I am, I've just had my toes tucked under. It's a nice opportunity to get that sort of toe stretch, which isn't everyone's cup of tea. That's definitely awakening the feet and awakens the mind, I find. So you can feel a little juicy toe stretch going on there if you're on your knees, but otherwise point the toes away if it's a little bit too much. Keep the breath nice and steady. And then again, we'll gently release the arms. Take a little shoulder roll here. Notice how that feels. If you're down on your knees, we're going to come up to standing. And let's take the feet now so they're around hip width apart. Toes are pointing forward. Push the feet down, lengthen through the crown. And breathe in, reach the arms up, reach into the fingers. And as you exhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms back, let go of the head. Inhale, reach the arms up, push the feet into the ground. Exhale, swing the arms back. Breathing in, reach up. Breathing out, send it back. So you can make this as comfortable for you as possible. If you want it to be a little bit more dynamic, you can speed it up. I like to use this to warm my forward and back bends. So as I breathe in, I can lengthen the front of my body and exhale, lengthen the back of my body. So it's nice and warming. Breathing in as you come up, breathing out as you send the arms back. So you can make this quite dynamic. We'll just do 2 more rounds. And when you come back up, just gently bring the arms down. Let the shoulders soften. And if we gaze straight ahead at eye level, you might come to the front of your mat, toes pointing forward, push the feet into the ground, soften the shoulders, and just take natural breaths now. You might find you're a little bit breathless. And then let's breathe in. Push the feet down, reach the arms up into the sky. Exhale, stroke the air with the palms. Let the knees soften if you need to. Hands to ground or hold on to the ankles. Let go of the head. Inhale, look up and lengthen, half forward fold. And exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, let the arms reach out all the way up. Lift the gaze if that's comfortable for the neck. And exhale, come back, gazing ahead, eye level. Let's go again. Breathing in, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold. Gentle forward fold, let go of the head. Inhale, look up and lengthen, half forward fold. And exhale, fold in. So hopefully you recognize some of this movement from last week. Inhaling, reach the arms up. And exhale, come back. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold, plant the hands, let go of the head. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Today, as we exhale, we're just going to step back into a downward facing dog. And in your down dog, you might like to pedal the heels, breathing in, breathing out. You might like to sway the hips side to side, feeling the length down either side of the body. Feel space between the neck, the ears and the shoulders, length through the neck. And then we can just bend the knees, look ahead and step back towards the hands. Breathe in and exhale to fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And exhale to come back. And just notice how that feels throughout the body. If you've stepped forward from your downward dog and you don't get to the front of the mat, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Just walk back to the front of the mat. We're going to step the right foot back. We're going to start to prepare for our moving triangle. Let's let the right arm come down to the side, reach the left hand to the sky. Take a breath in. So you've got your left toes pointing forward, right foot pointing out. As you exhale, maybe you bring a little softness to the left knee, left hand on the left shin. Look to big toe. Inhale, come all the way up. Turn to the side. Exhale, turn the gaze to look to big toe. Inhale, reaching the arm up. Turn the head to the side. Exhale, windmill down, look to big toe. So this is as much about the head and the shoulders with the neck turning side to side as it is about feeling really grounded through the feet and the legs. Breathing in to come up and breathing out to windmill down. Place the hands on the shin. Look to the left big toe. Stay here. Inhale. Now swim the right arm up and over. Turn the gaze to look to the palm. Exhale, send it back and look down to big toe. Inhale, swim the right arm up and over. Look to palm, press into the edge of the right foot. Exhale, send it back, look to big toe. Inhale, swim the arm up and over, turn the head, look to the palm. Exhale, send it back, look to big toe. We're going to do this one more time. Inhale, arm up and over, look to palm. Exhale, send it back and look to big toe. Push the feet into the ground. Inhale, come up to the center. Turn the left foot in. Right foot points to the back of the mat. This time, reaching the right arm up. Just send that left arm out slightly. Give yourself some space. Take a breath in. Exhale, windmill. Maybe a micro bend in that right knee. Look down to right big toe. Inhale, come all the way back up to center. Exhale, turn the gaze. Look down to big toe. Inhaling, come all the way back up. So keep turning the head from one drishti, one gaze spot to another. Gaze down to the big toe as you look down. Inhale, turn the head and look straight ahead. Exhaling, looking down. Inhaling, looking ahead. This time, last time, windmill. Keep the hand on the shin and then inhale, send the left arm up and over. Look to palm. Exhale, send it back. Look to big toe. Inhale, swim the arm up and over. Look to palm. Exhale, send it back. Look to big toe. Inhale. Turning the head, feel that lovely length down the left side of the body. Exhale, down to big toe. Two more. Inhale. And exhale, gaze back down. Last time. Inhale, arm up and over. Exhale, send it back. Push the feet into the ground. Inhale, come up to the center. Take the arms wide. Bring the hands onto the hips. As we take a breath in, just make sure the toes are pointing forward. If it feels a bit uncomfortable and you don't feel so steady, by all means, you can turn the toes in slightly if that gives you more stability. Take a breath in here and exhale. Gently fold forward. Let the knees soften if that feels more helpful for you. And then either hold on to the legs or hold on to the ankles. Or some of you might be used to hooking two fingers around the toe, the big toe, in like the Ashtanga method, the Ashtanga grasp, and then let go of the head. Pull the elbows wide, release the neck, and breathe in and breathe out here. Direct your tail down towards the ground and engage the quads. Now, like I said, if it feels a bit too much on the back of the legs, then by all means, let the knees soften slightly. And each time you exhale, see if you can feel a little bit more length from your tail through to the crown of the head. Feel the length through the neck here. And then we're just simply going to breathe in, look up and lengthen the spine, come into that half forward fold. Exhale, stay here. Bring the hands to the hips, push the feet into the ground, tuck the chin. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then we're going to exhale and step to the front of our mat. So we're going to come to the back of our mat now and slide the hands down the front of the body. Walk the hands forward to come back onto the ground. Take the feet around you. Take the legs out in front for a moment. Sit tall. We're going to bend our right knee to come towards our chest and just let the right sit bone shift towards the right heel. Point through the ball of the left foot and lengthen your spine. Take your right hand behind you and bring the left arm to hug the right leg. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, gently twist to look over the right shoulder. And you might have a little sense of breathing in to lengthen the spine and breathing out to twist. Breathing in to find length. Keep the left leg nice and strong and active. And breathing out. So we're trying to keep, if you imagine, both sit bones are staying quite stable here. You're not twisting them round. You're keeping that little bit of length. So you're trying to find a little bit of mobility here around the thoracic spine and the shoulders. One more breath. And then gently breathe in. Turn your head to look to your left big toe. Exhale here. And then gently release that right leg. We'll do the same on the other side. So we bend the left knee. And when you place the left foot down, bring the left sit bone towards the left heel. Point through the ball of the right foot. Hug the left leg with your arm. Take the left hand behind you. Inhale as you lengthen the spine. And exhale, feel that twist. And just notice how this feels for you today. So you've got a little bit of an intention for each breath. Inhale, feel the length. And exhale, a little twist. Keep the length through the neck as well. And one more time. And then gently breathe in. Turn the head to look to the right big toe. Exhale here. And then gently release that leg. And you can keep the legs straight out in front, or you can cross your legs as I am. Bring the hands to place on the lap. Might use thumb to first finger. Lengthen through the spine. And come back to bringing your attention down the tip of the nose, either closing the eyes or lowering your gaze. Noticing the rhythm of your breath now as we come to the end of the practice, and have that brief check-in on how the body feels, how your energy feels now after your practice, and any thoughts and feelings that might have shifted around a little bit, or new ones that might have appeared. And then you can either stay here and meditate a little bit longer or finish with me. Thanks again for practicing with me today. I'll see you tomorrow.